Jesse, as you can see, this is very important, and we're going to meet with the principal.
What's good? What's poppin'? What's up? What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new over here, what's good? I'm Jessie, aka Miss J. And if you guys cannot already tell from the title, today I have a juicy story time for y'all. The best video on my channel right now is my boarding school video. Y'all love that video. The road to 3,000 views, which is crazy. And I thought, since you guys like boarding school content so much, I might as well give you guys more of what you guys like. And today, we're going to be talking about the time I was sent to the principal's office. The first time. Mom, I'm just kidding. I've only been to the principal's office once. Please relax. If you guys are ready for this little story time, make sure you guys get yourselves a cup of tea. Make sure you're comfortable and everything, because you know it's about to be a juicy one. Before we get into the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and you hit that notification bell so you can join the notification gang, the best squad. So this story is all the way back from 2014. I had just moved to my new boarding school. I'm in grade 7, Form 1. And when this happened, how old was I? I was about 12 or 13 years old. I was 12. It's before my birthday. So I was 12, guys. This is the beginning of the school year. So in 2014, I was in Form 1. And of the Form 1s, only 5 of us were boarders. 3 of them were guys, 2 were girls. Me and another girl. That other girl was in a different class to me. So because of that, most of my friends were day scholars. At the time, I was kind of like in a squad with about 5 or 6 other girls. We were quite a big group. And I think all of them were in the other class with my roommate. And then I was the only person in my class. Cool. So one day after school, my 2 friends, let me give them names. Let's see. Okay, so my 2 friends, Shaquisha and Sasha, came to me and they're like,
"Oh my gosh, Jessie, let us tell you what happened in history today."
And I was like, yo, lay it on me, tell me what's happening. And they're like,
yeah, so we're having like a disagreement, blah, 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 blah. And then Mira called Shaquisha the B word.
And I was like, Mira? Because Mira is like, was not at all the type of person to do stuff like that. She was the sweetest person I knew. I was like, Mira? Nah, this can't be. And they're like,
nah, for real, it happened.
Then I asked one of my guy friends who were there, and he was
like, oh yeah, Mira called Shaquisha a B word.
And I was like, because we're like 12. So everybody was like, what? It was like crazy, right? Right. Crazy. So we're all like, oh my gosh, Mira is so mean. How could she do that? They're like, we're not gonna be friends with Mira. And I was like, I'm not really the type of person to stop liking a person because one of my other people don't like them. I gotta have my own reasons, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, that was really mean, but I'm sure Mira had a reason. Cool. So at ISA, we always had inter-house activities every single Monday. And I think this was like inter-house, like public speaking, but like for the seniors, and it was like so boring. But inter-house was compulsory, so we all went. So my big friendship group and I were all sitting upstairs. We're sitting in a row together. There's like 6 of us, and then Sasha and Shaquisha and our other friend Talia, who were all sitting in the row behind us. But they were sitting towards so there's this is the aisle right here, and then the 7 seats, and I'm sitting towards the more inner side. Shaquisha and them were sitting behind. My friends were sitting near the aisle. So cool. They're sitting there. And then I didn't know this was happening, but Shaquisha and Talia and Sasha were kicking Mira's chair the entire time. And Mira apparently asked them to stop so many times, but they refused to stop. That has nothing to do with me though, because I was sitting with my other friends and we were talking and I didn't even know that was happening. Okay, cool. So when you're in Form 1 and Form 2, you always have a big brother or a big sister who are in Form lower 6 or upper 6. And so Shaquisha and Talia's mentors were like upstairs near where the sound and lighting technicians were. So when they saw them up there, they called me like, oh, Jess, let's go to these 2 people, our mentors, who are both guys. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, because my older cousin was in Form 5, and because of that I was very familiar with a lot of Form 5s and Form 6s. So I was like, oh yeah, let's go say hi, let's go check what's popping over there. Cool. But they were talking, we're laughing, we're making jokes. Then Shaquisha and Talia decided to tell their mentors about Mira calling Shaquisha the B word. And then they were making jokes like,
Oh, we gonna come mess her up. You know, she can't be treating our mentee like that.
but like, these are Form 6 boys. They're not gonna come mess up a Form 1 girl. Like, can we be serious? Can we be serious? Like, that was not gonna happen. And someone told Mira that these guys were telling their mentors about how she called Shaquisha the B word and how the mentors are gonna come mess with her. And then she took it seriously. But I didn't know, mind you, I didn't know about this at the time, right? So this was happening and we didn't even know that Mira was being told all these things. Okay, cool. Inter-house ends. We move on with our lives, and the week is going by. Keep in mind, this is on Monday, right? So the week goes by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So, guys, when I say I remember these details to the T, this happened 7 years ago, and I remember the details to the T. It was a Friday afternoon, around 12 o'clock, around there, and I was in history on a Friday. And when I was in history, my friends in the other class were in DNT, which is design and technology, so like woodshop if you're in the US. So we're sitting in our classes, and then OEA is this.
Can Shaquisha 1.1 please report to the reception?
And then I'm like, oh, I wonder if Shaquisha's getting called to reception. But I didn't think much about it because we used to get packages sent to us. Like my older brother would post me something and then they'll call me to reception so that I can come and pick up my package. Or like there could be other reasons that you can be called to the office that are like not bad reasons. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then like 20 minutes or 30 minutes later, we hear another one.
Sorry for the interruption. Can Talia in 1.1, Sasha in 1.1, and Jessie in 1.2 please come to reception?
And I'm like, that's a very interesting mix of people. I wonder if I'm being called to the office. I mean, Shaquisha was called, now I'm being called. I'm like, okay, let's go. We go there. I step into reception. I find Sasha and Talia already sitting there. And then I just hear screaming. Like, you know what screaming is? I just hear,
Yo, horrible person!
but it's like in the boardroom. And I'm like, oh, who's being shouted at like that? Because it was loud as hell. Then I go, I see Talia and Sasha, and I'm like, guys, what's going on? And they're like,
Yo, Jessie, you won't believe what happened.
and I'm like, yo, tell me what's going on. Who's inside there? Who's getting yelled at? They're like,
Oh, it's Shaquisha. Your house parent is shouting at her right now.
because, and I'm like, what did Shaquisha do? I was so shocked. And they're like,
No, Mira went and told her mom that we were bullying her. So apparently Shaquisha was like the main bully. So that's why your house parent is shouting at her now. And we're going in next.
guys, the panic in me. I need you all to understand something. Out of all of us there, I'm the only one with the Zimbabwean mom, okay? My mom, when she dropped me off at that school, she said,
If I ever get called to your school because you was messing around, girl, end of your life. It is the end of your life.
finished. Guys, I had never, ever been called to the principal's office or been called to the deputy head's office or even just been called to like my director of studies office. Like, I've never been called to the office for anything. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, okay, guess what should we do? And Sasha was like, Sasha's been in trouble a couple of times, you know. Sasha was like,
No, we're all gonna pretend to cry. When they say something, we just cry.
and all of us were like, yeah, we're gonna cry. If we cry, they'll feel sorry for us. So we sat there, we're all thinking of like, think of something sad so you can cry. Just think of something sad. Hey, yeah, you got something sad? Okay, let me think of one as well. Okay, I think I have it. Okay, I was sitting there, we're preparing. We're like, okay, it sounds like they're about to finish. Think something sad. Think something sad. Think something sad. I could not think of anything sad, guys. I just kept thinking, my mom's gonna know I was called to the office, and my mom's gonna know I was accused of bullying. But then I was like, hold up, bullying? How did I bully Mira? I'm like, I didn't do anything to Mira. Why am I stressing? Nah, I'll be cool. Okay, cool. Then they open the door to the boardroom. Shaquisha comes out. She's crying. You know that I'm crying? It's like, like someone died. Yeah, that type of crying. When we all saw Shaquisha crying, we were like, what? We were terrified for ourselves. Yeah, we were like, oh, this is not gonna be good at all. So cool. We go inside the boardroom, are sitting together, me, Talia, and Sasha. And then the school psychologist or counselor and our house parent are sitting in front of us on the outside of the table. And then she starts saying,
Why do you guys have to say for yourself?
and then I'm like, sorry, ma'am, can you please explain why exactly we're here? Because I didn't do anything. And she's like,
No, you guys, we got an email from Mira's mom saying that you guys were bullying her. You guys were kicking her chair into the house on Monday.
and I put my hand up because let me tell you now, if there's something people are not going to do is accuse me of doing something I did not do. So I put my hand up. I'm like, I was sitting in the same row as Mira, 2 seats down from Mira. How exactly would I have been kicking her chair? These guys were sitting behind her. Were they kicking her chair? I don't know. I wasn't sitting with them, but I was sitting near Mira. So how would I have been kicking my chair? And then she said,
No, apparently you went to go tell Talia and Shakwisha's mentors that Mira is bullying Shakwisha and calling Shakwisha the B word.
I'm like, why would I go in? And then before I could finish my sentence, she's like,
It doesn't matter, okay? Mira said you guys were bullying her.
I'm thinking, why are we taking the side of one person? So the girl who cried wolf, basically. She cried, oh, they bullied me first, so she's immediately the victim. But she called Shakwisha the B word unprovoked. So it was like, why are you taking her side? But they did not want to listen to anything we had to say. Nobody cared, guys. Literally nobody cared. And then I think Talia and I could kind of like read the situation. We're like, now we can't cry. But out of nowhere, Sasha starts crying. And she's like, ma'am, this always happens to me. This girl's been bullying me for years. Talking about Mira. And people always take her side. And Talia and I look at each other like, yeah, we're not going to do that. Because I was like, I'm not about to cry. This is not a situation for crying. So she yelled at us a little bit, but not as much as she yelled at Shakwisha, because apparently Mira painted out Shakwisha as the main bully, and then said the rest of us just like accomplices. So basically they just said that, no, don't do it again, you guys need to be nice to her, you need to be nice to everyone, and then they said we can move on. So we're like, yeah, let's just move on, it's cool, it's not a deep one, cool. I thought that was the end of it. It was not. Because I forgot that when you're a boarder, getting in trouble is like 10 times worse than being a day scholar and getting in trouble. So Talia and Sasha were day scholars. I don't even know if their parents heard about this thing, but they kind of just moved on with their lives. When Shakwisha and I got to hostel that night, our house parent called us into the office and she yelled at us again. Like, she kept going at it, firing, yelling. And we're just there like, is this lady serious? Because it's not that deep of a guan. Like, it really was not that deep of a guan. But okay, she yelled at us. I cried a little bit. I cried mainly because I felt like I didn't do anything wrong. And the fact that I was being put in the situation where I didn't do anything wrong was kind of crazy. But I was just grateful that they did not call our parents. I did not tell my mom about it. I was like, nah, we're going to leave it at this. We're going to move on. So one thing they mentioned in the boardroom when Talia, Sasha, and I were there, they said we should leave Mira alone. And they said, like, we should just try to, like, not talk to her. Otherwise, she can, like, be triggered and start bullying her again. So I was like, I'm not going to talk to this girl no more. So I literally cut contact with her. I stopped talking to her. I started hanging out with different friends so I would not have to go to the friend group. If I went to the friend group, I only spoke to, like, a couple people within the friend group, and I would not talk to her because I was like, maybe I'll breathe wrong and she like Jesse's bullying me. So I was like, I was honestly hurt, guys. I was so hurt to be accused of bullying because I have never bullied anyone in my entire life. So I was like, okay, it's fine. We'll move on. 2 weeks go by and this is a Thursday. When I say I remember these details, yeah, I remember these details. It's a Thursday, and on Thursdays we had PE in the first 2 lessons. Well, coming from PE, we're going to music now, and so we're going along there. One of the Form 2 boys comes and gets me, and he's like,
oh, your house parent and your director of studies are looking for you by reception.
And you know, the class I was in at the time was full of naughty kids. We were the naughty class. Like, everybody in the school just knew us as the naughty class. So when they heard that the director of studies was there, they were like, Jessie! And everybody was like, yo, what did you do? And I was like, y'all are playing too much, okay? They're probably trying to give me an award or something because I haven't done nothing wrong. They're probably trying to like give me a commendation or something, you know what I mean? Like, I went there so chill. I was like, oh, why are they looking for me? Mind you, I've never been in trouble before, so I didn't know what it felt like to be in trouble and be like summoned to reception and stuff like that. So I get to reception, and outside I see my house parent and I see my director of studies there, and they just look like, Jessie, what did you do? So I get there and I'm like, what's going on? And then they're like,
Jesse, as you can see, this is very important.
this is the director of studies speaking, by the way.
You've put your house parent here in the position of your parent, and then I'm here as a director of studies.
Here's the director of studies for Form 1 and Form 2.
And we're going to meet with the principal.
And I'm like,
The principal? What for?
and they're like,
so remember 2 weeks ago when you were called in because you guys were bullying Mira?
and I was like,
Yeah.
and then he was like,
Yeah, so apparently you're still bullying Mira.
and I'm like,
What are you talking about? I don't even talk to Mira anymore. How can I bully someone I don't talk to?
they're like,
Yeah, I don't know. The principal has all the details, but yeah, we're gonna speak with the principal just now.
then my house parent goes to the staff room real quick. And you know, my director of studies was from Zim. So him and I, you know, Zimbos like to help each other. So he brought me closer and he's like,
Whatever you do there, you don't fight with anything. You don't respond to them. Like you only respond when they ask you a question, but I want you to fight with them. Just agree and apologize.
and I'm like,
But I didn't do anything wrong.
wrong. And he looked at me and said,
Agree and apologize.
then I
I
said,
said, okay, fine.
but I was like, I didn't do anything. So my house parent comes back and we go into the principal's office. This was my first time meeting the principal, y'all. Get there, he reads my name.
Jesse Tembo.
When I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like,
I'm so sorry though. I'm meeting you under this circumstances.
because this is the beginning of the school year. It's like the first 3-4 months of the year, yeah. So he's like,
Okay, so I've received a report from Mira's mom, a very long email about how you've been bullying her.
and I'm like,
I won't talk to Mira.
and then my director of studies not just be like, shut up, child, what did I tell you? And I'm just like, so I sit there and I'm quiet. And then they're like, no, apparently because you've not been talking to her and you've talked to all your other friends but you don't talk to her, she feels isolated and that's bullying. And then they asked me,
So why were you doing that?
then I said to them,
I was told to avoid her. I was told to leave her alone. So I did just that.
and they're like,
No, but Jesse, to make a person feel excluded is the worst thing you could ever do to someone.
my house parent goes, and I look at her like, you're the one who told me to mind my own business and leave her alone. How are you siding with him? Then I thought, you know what, this lady's a traitor, okay? She never had my back. My mom wasn't there, she would have had my back. This lady did not have my back. And I was just there like, okay, cool. And then the principal was like,
I'm so disappointed. And now this is gonna go on your record. You're gonna be known as a bully in the school. And if I hear that you're bullying again, you're gonna be expelled.
yo, guys, when I heard that, I was like, expelled. And then my mind went back to my mother in Namibia. If she hears that I could be expelled for bullying, I'm dead. I would not even have to worry about the expulsion because I'll be too dead to be expelled from the school. My mother will kill me. I was terrified. So I just sat there and then I tried to rebuttal again and be like,
But.
and then my director started nudged me again. And I said, okay, let me keep quiet. Let me just sit here and take it in. Cool. The meeting finishes. I go back to music. You know, when you come back from the office and everyone was just like, ooh, just see what happened. Just see what happened. And best believe, most times if I was going to the principal's office for something, I'll be like, oh, no, nothing happened. Nothing happened. There, I went to my friends. I'm like, that girl, Mira, is a snake. She got me sent to the principal's office because I didn't want to be a friend. Are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? So the rest of the school day goes through and then I go to hostel. When I get to hostel, my house parent calls me in like she always does. And she's hitting me. She's just yelling at me. She's like,
I'm so embarrassed as your house parent. You represent this whole hostel. Now they're gonna think this hostel makes bullies.
she's yelling at me. She was just so mad. And I sat there and I cried in front of her. And then I went to my room and I cried, guys. Like I was so hurt. This is my first time being in trouble, like trouble. And that's by myself. Like for me, it's the fact that in the first instance, I didn't do anything to this girl and I was named an accomplice. And then now I still didn't really do anything to her. And I was made the main bully. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you literally kidding me? And then I called my mom the next day and I told her the whole thing. And I was so scared to tell her because I'm like, they said I could be expelled if I did this again. But my mom, she saw it from my point of view and she saw that I did nothing wrong. My mom was like, I'm sorry, but I'm not mad at you. Like, I'm really not mad at you. You did nothing wrong. This school is whiling. Like, she was literally like, ah, this school's being extra. It's okay. I know you didn't do anything. Just like go be. She was like, go be extra nice to that girl. Be her best friend so that she doesn't get you in trouble again. And best believe I went there and I faked it till I made it. I faked it for like the next 3 years till that girl left the school. I was like her best friend. Like, I was like,
oh my gosh, how are you doing today, Mira? Mira, you want to sit next to me? Come sit next to me, girl. Come, I got you. Mira, I'm going to the tuck shop to get something. You want something?
even though I was broke in Form 1, if I had an extra $5,
Yo, Mira, I can get you a triple X or a triple X. White or pink, I got you whichever one you want.
I was being so extra because I was like, this girl will get me sent to the principal's office again. And the fact that for pretty much my entire first year, no, not my first year. It's the fact that for like the next 6 months or so, the principal had a picture of me as a bully in his head. That's the thing that irritated me the most. Because it's like now he thinks I'm a bully. And it's literally because you painted me as a bully when I was not. So yeah, guys, that is the end of the story time about the time I was painted as a bully when I'm actually not a bully. But that's what happens in school sometimes. Sometimes you get wrongly accused and you kind of have to deal with it. I will let you know though that the bullying got removed from my record as I got older because the school saw that I did not do anything wrong. So yeah, your girl is not a bully in her school records no more. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. It helps the girl a lot. And like I said, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can join the notification gang, the best squad. And y'all already know what I'm about to say. Make sure you share this video with your best friend, with your auntie, with all your friends who are in boarding school or who are in international schools. And we need one more. Let's see. Also share this with your mother's best friend because you never know, that favorite auntie of yours, she could really enjoy this video. But yeah, guys, I've enjoyed telling y'all this story time, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.